Welcome to another exciting edition of Travel Guide. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Today we will be visiting the Griffith Observatory, Los Angeles. The views at the observatory were great, and on weekends Terry's often groups of astronomy enthusiasts with their equipment on the lawn ready to bedazzle those interested. Because La is such a flat city in terms of buildings, you can get a good panorama view of the entire area, and even the islands off in the distance. The parking by the observatory is small. As you're getting close to it, you should street park if you don't mind walking few minutes up the hill. The cell service is spotty, so if you are coming up by Uber or Lyft, make sure to communicate with your driver once they accept your ride request when trying to get off the top. You, or the driver, might not have the cell service to communicate at the top, and the driver might cancel your ride. You can park in the upper lot for free, and won't have to fight for a spot if you stay after they open. You'll just have to go back and pay the parking meter. There will also be way less people there. You won't be able to go up to the upper levels of the observatory, or inside until they open, but there's still plenty of good spots with a view. You get some lovely views of the Hollywood sign from outside, and can enjoy a walk with some amazing views of La and the sign as you walk closer to it. Not only because of the observatory itself, which is very nice, but also because of the spectacular views of La from above. A great place to go for astronomy and history, and simply to get a good bird's-eye view of the city. The highlight is the telescope, but caution here, it closes about half an hour earlier than the rest of the place, so check this out before looking through the exhibits. At the end of the night, there is a shuttle bus down to Sunset, but once Griffith is closed the shuttle becomes infrequent. This place is very worthwhile visiting, and if you have a couple of hours up your sleeve whilst in La, a visit here is rewarding. It is here that they begin their mission to foil the evil Henry Starling's plans to steal 29th century technology and alter the timeline. Exceptionally gifted Miss Robinson assists the USS Voyager's crew and Captain Catherine Janeway to restore proper order and save Earth from an unfortunate destructive future. The observatory has evening telescope viewing shows and many other exhibitions and exhibits and educational programming for people of all ages to benefit from. Note: parking is pretty tough on weekends, but if you're just coming up here to walk around the park, come before noon on the weekdays since the observatory doesn't open till noon, and parking is free before then. The observatory offers free access, and some cool attractions, such as a demo of the Tesla coil in action, and the opportunity to view the telescope. Definitely a must-see attraction in La. The observatory not only has rich history behind it, and is a place to appreciate the scientific contributions by the state of California, it's also a great lookout point overseeing the entire city. Try to catch the sunset here, and stay long enough to catch one of the planetarium shows paid, which run every hour. Parking is usually a hassle, so don't hesitate to park at the bottom of the hill entering from Vermont, and just walk up. It's a very spacious area for simply hanging out and enjoying the sights, even if you don't visit the observatory itself. Just be aware that there is very limited parking, and you're more likely than not to be parking uphill on the way to the observatory, so be prepared to hike up. Best thing to do would be to take a Uber, and then hike from the bottom, especially in the evening, catch the sunset, and view both the observatory and the Hollywood sign side by side. They have telescopes laid out in the front space of the observatory to view planets like Jupiter, Venus, Mars, which is pretty cool. And don't miss the dome with 12-inch size refracting telescope to catch a glimpse of the moon and its craters. Was pretty lucky to be the last, but one person in the line, and the next folks were asked to come the next day because it was almost 9. Not only does it provide a great insight into the night and daytime sky, but it also gives an amazing view of the Los Angeles skyline, as well as the best uninterrupted, close-up view of the famous Hollywood sign. Only a short drive up from West Hollywood and the Walk of Fame, it can also be accessed by foot if you so desire through the paths leading all the way from the bottom. Super packed, and horrible parking, but that's a small price for the experience that is free. I recommend coming at a time when you get to see the sun out, and also enjoy the sunset. But every single time, the views of La are worth the wait, and the observatory has nicely presented exhibits, planetarium shows, and also a cafe. Griffith Observatory is literally on the side of a mountain, so you'll get a nice view of downtown La, and if you're lucky on a clear day, you'll see the ocean from here. We'll say that you will lose cell signal from this high up, so if you came up on a ride share you may have a problem calling taxi services to pick you up. The place is jam-packed full of educational material, from a Foucault pendulum to info about the planets to a working, movable model of the telescope the observatory houses. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, and leave your comments below.